Hey guys, this is Pixel Dan coming to you from the 2016 C2E2, and I'm here with Gene St. Jean at the CreatuReplica booth to take a look at some of the awesome new figures they have on display here. So first things first, how's it going, man?
Good, man. It's been a kind of a long con so far.
Yeah?
We got the rest of today and tomorrow, but
That's right, yeah.
it's been pretty good to get this stuff out actually in front of people who've never seen it in person before.
Sweet. Well, why don't you kind of explain to us what we've got here with these new figures?
All right, basically, this right here, this is our werewolf. We're trying to take some of the more obscure versions of classic cryptozoology and mythology and investigate some of those rather than just generic characters. So this is our Louisiana Rougarou. A Rougarou is basically a werewolf that is cursed by a witch or because of not following their Catholicism faith close enough. And also like suicides and stuff like that can come back as werewolves, which is also kind of a common theme amongst European varieties. And we also have the Himalayan Yeti, which is kind of a classic creature. And I kind of mixed reports reports from that area, but then also a certain amount of pop culture to create kind of a white Yeti, because traditionally in reports, they tend to be more orangutan-like.
Right.
And there's three varieties. There's kind of more of a smaller variety that's closer to an orang pendek, 3 or 4 feet tall. There's one called a Métis that's like human-sized that basically looks like an orangutan. And then the giant one, which is this, which would be 9-10 feet tall, which is called the Zute.
Oh, cool.
Then this is our jam with Horror Hound magazine. And basically he's an American POW who was operated on by like Joseph Mengele or one of those Nazi scientists.
Oh, wow.
And they basically turned him into a hybrid sort of zombie, Frankenstein, werewolf type creature. And according to the fictional lore that they've created for their character, he basically runs rampant through like the Devil's Backbone area of Ohio. And then, the classic one, which is, something I've been following since I was a kid, is the Sasquatch mythology of Native Americans. And I wanted to lean away from kind of the pop culture Bigfoot and more into the Native American style of a creature that's kind of retiring and shy rather than like the Sci-Fi Channel type, Bigfoot ripping your arms off and things.
Yeah.
And to create that, I actually did a certain number of interviews of witness reports myself.
Really?
To come up with the physique and the facial morphology and things like that, because it's a subject that's close to my heart.
That is really cool. So, and they look really great. I mean, the sculpts are awesome on there. Great paint deco. I see they all come with like a base, and they looks like they got a decent amount of articulation there as well.
Yeah, I kind of balance the articulation against the aesthetic. There's some areas where I wanted to have more of a flow between like the torso and shoulders, so there's a little more overhang of fur, which tends to hang up some of the articulation. So some of them, the articulation is more fluid than others.
Yeah.
But as I go along, I want the sculpts to sort of dictate how that's going to work. I don't want them to look completely like puppets, but by the same time, I do want them to be able to move a little bit. So,
so you got to find like a nice balance that works with the design of the character.
Exactly.
Very cool. So I know you guys are just introducing these right now, but is the plan to keep moving forward and maybe checking out some of the other different types of creatures and mythology out there?
Yeah, exactly. I'm currently working simultaneously on waves 2 and 3. So,
okay, great.
So basically we can kind of pick and choose what we end up releasing next, but I definitely want to follow the Native American folklore thread from the Sasquatch into the next creature from that sort of mythology. Will be the Wendigo. And then I'm also working on some alien greys for Series 2 as well.
Really? Oh, that sounds really, really cool. So how can folks find these right now? Like, what's the cost on these and where can they purchase them?
As far as where to find them, it's predominantly online, although we're doing a lot more shows this year. We do both the Horror Hound conventions every year in Cincinnati and in Indianapolis, and obviously C2E2. We're doing the Ohio Bigfoot Conference in May, and then we're also doing the International Bigfoot Conference up in Washington State. It's in Kennewick or something like that. And as far as online, you can get them through our website, They're about 35 bucks, $34.99 plus shipping.
Okay.
I think the deal we've been running is they're like 10 bucks a piece to ship, but if you buy a whole set of 4, then we'll knock 10 bucks off and throw in one of the shirts too.
Oh, nice.
But you can, if you want to get them through Diamond and through your comic store, you can order them through the previews catalog and get them at your store for, I would assume, the same price. And Big Bad Toy Store also has them, Entertainment Earth, and there's a whole bunch of other smaller stores. There was a few international stores. Like I just got a Facebook from a friend who found them in a store in France last week.
Really?
So
That's great.
they're gradually getting disseminated all over the place.
Good. Great. So what's that website where people can find out more information?
CreatureReplica.com. And I'm easy to find on Facebook through, my regular profile page, St. Jean Studios, and the Creature Replica Facebook page too. I'm on Twitter too, but if you hunt for me on Facebook one way or another, you'll find us.
Find it? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Gene, thank you so much for taking the time to show us these awesome new figures. They're very, very cool looking.
Right on, dude. Thanks a lot, man.
Well, there you go, guys. A look at what Creature Replica has on display here at the 2016 C2E2.